Welcome to When Nerds Learn to Fly.
So what are we doing?
Well, we're trying to acclimatize, so we're trying to take it easy, but neither one of us knows how to do that.
We're having a hard time.
I've already nested, unpacked stuff, panicked when I couldn't find the sunscreen, but found it. Now we're just kind of trying to relax in the room to get used to the altitude. We want to go out for dinner tonight, but we're trying to take it slow. I feel like I'm missing out on stuff, but we really need to, because if we get altitude sickness, then
Especially right now,
it'll ruin the whole trip.
screw up everything, so we got to take it slow.
It's been an eventful day already, full of leftovers from Irma. When we got to the airport, I haven't checked it yet, but I think I put the wrong passport number on our Szechuan Air tickets. I was booking it in the middle of the hurricane, trying to get it booked so that I could let Explore Tibet know so that they could get the Tibetan permit. When we got to the counter, after being a little nervous because we were short on time anyway and the lines were really long, she looked a little funny and then she said,
She kept having this wrinkled up. She was like, she'd look and then she'd flip through stuff and then she'd look again, and did this for probably a good 2 minutes.
Probably so.
And
I was getting a little bit more worried.
I kept
all
looking
the
at her
time.
face. I'm like, oh, this isn't good.
This is not a good
This
thing.
isn't good at all.
There's something going on here.
And then she holds up Laura's passport and goes, "Passport number's wrong," and she's pointing at Laura's passport, and she's pointing at the number on the passport. "Passport number is wrong. This one's wrong."
She didn't mean that. She
No, I
meant
know.
that it was the
But
ticket that was
I'm like,
wrong.
that's the right one. There's a wrong one somewhere else. I guess it was the Sichuan, because I was afraid that it was the permit, and I don't think it. Now I don't think it was the permit. I think it was the Sichuan
So
Airlines.
then we had to leave that desk, go to the Szechuan help desk. The lady there, I guess, was able to change it, so now I know what happens when you put down the wrong passport number on an airplane ticket.
But then she told us to go to the booking gate number
78.
78,
Which is
was
quick access.
Well, no, 76 was quick access. 78 was first class.
Yeah,
So
so
she was there, didn't ask any questions, got
She
us
just-
out and done within probably 2 minutes there after we got passport number switched.
And then we still had to go through security, which was a fairly long line.
That was probably 4 or 5 minutes, and then another 10 minutes of walking,
Yeah.
kind of sprinting.
Sprinting
Yeah.
to the gate. Made it there just as they started to board. Corey even had time to fill up our water bottle.
Just in time as they were loading. They had already queued up
At
the gate whenever we were walking up.
Yeah, we got on board the plane and we were on, unfortunately, the right side of the plane, and neither one of us had the window seat. But the plane wasn't full.
And all 3 seats on the left side were open, so we had asked, said, "Do you mind if we switch seats?" They said, "Okay."
And so we had a window seat on the left side of the plane, which gave us an amazing view of the Himalaya. Things work out the way they're supposed to. I'm glad we flew in. That was pretty cool because, like I say, we got to view everything from the air, and it was a little surreal coming in. I told Corey, I said, I feel like I'm a little bit in a dream. The whole landscape was kind of dreamlike, surreal.
Yeah, I've never seen a landscape quite like that, and there
No.
really wasn't another one you could compare it to too much.
No, in all of our travels, I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before. Then we got off the plane, we got our luggage, and we walked outside. No one had a sign that said Laura and Corey on it. We walked around a little bit, and then finally somebody noticed that we looked completely lost. He said, "Oh, you have to go out the gate over there." So we went out there, and again, no sign for us. A nice guide took pity on us. He had a cell phone, and he called Explore Tibet for us. Couldn't reach anybody, so then he called a friend of his who happened to be the manager, who he knew because of all of the changes that we had made. Somehow it got lost in translation that they were supposed to pick us up from the airport, not the train station. They put us on a
wrong
bus.
times in the wrong area.
Yeah. So they put us on a bus. We didn't get off at the bus station. We got off where nobody else gets off.
There was a checkpoint and a toll booth, I think all at once
All at
for
once.
the highway.
And that is where our guide and driver met us. So they brought us to the hotel, and everything worked out. I love these stories later on. They're a little bit stressful at the time, but it kind of adds some excitement to it, and some things that we wouldn't have done. Are you okay with it?
I'm doing pretty good right now.
Oh, and I think the Diamox is working. You know, the Diamox that we ordered online without a prescription from a UK company that got it from India. They came FedEx in a little brown paper bag.
Had a few little tingles in the fingers.
Which they say is a side effect, that tingling in the hands and feet. So
I felt a little bit in around my upper lip, kind of close to the base of my nose.
So I don't think it's a placebo. I think it's actually working.
Yep. Score.
Diamox is working. We made it to Tibet.
We'll see if it keeps working. I was feeling a little foggy earlier, but not too bad right now, but we're taking it slow, deep breaths.
I felt dizzy a couple of times, but not bad.
But it's hard to tell because my sinuses, with all the dry air from the airplane and everything, so it's kind of hard to tell where the fogginess is coming from.
While waiting for our luggage in Xi'an, there was a girl that was there that was from Xi'an, and she was telling us that she had gone to Lhasa and that she got altitude sickness. Terrible headache, got to where she couldn't walk or speak, and they had to get her 500 meters lower in altitude immediately.
Yeah.
So me and Corey both were like, oh crap, please don't let that be us.
So far, I think we're doing okay.
I think we're doing good. And she was taking Diamox too.
Yeah.
That's the
That is
scary
kind of scary.
thing.
Yeah. Just relax. Focus on us getting through it. Making sure we don't overexert and don't let our minds trick us into thinking we're getting it.
Exactly.
And you can get yourself worked up and it's not really happening.
Cheers.
Cheers. Always an adventure.
Always an adventure.
Always an adventure.
Yeah, that's us.